Good morning, viewers of Nagaland TV. I'm Rinki Gogoi and welcome to another exciting episode of Good Morning Nagaland. You know, each day I wake up and when I get to do this Good Morning show, I feel really blessed because I get to chit-chat on with you, viewers of my dear viewers of Nagaland TV. And then I think today is a wonderful day for us to share our beautiful smile with the world. Now let us begin our episode with the blessings of God and have a beautiful Bible passage.
Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. 1 Timothy 4:12.
Now that was a wonderful Bible verse. Now it's time to see the positive thought of the day.
Without hard work, nothing grows but weeds. Gordon B. Hinckley.
Good morning, viewers. That was a wonderful positive thought. I think it is enough for us to be positive and see everything in a positive way so that everything goes correct and in the right way. Now it's time to learn the top headlines for the day. Nagaland Baptist Church Council asserts its conviction that liquor in any form would go greater harm to society and urges the state government to implement Nagaland Liquor Total Prohibition Act 1989. NSCN-IM hits out at former Chief Minister and Governor S.C. Jamir for his treatise stating that it exposed his dogmatic political mentality as he feigned ignorance of political meaning of Framework Agreement of August 3, 2015 to find ground for defending 16-point agreement. Centenarian Melite Kenya, best known as Nagaland's paddy man, passed away at the age of 100. A Guinness World Record holder for discovering tallest paddy in the world in 1998, Kenya also received Governor's Gold Medal in 2002 for his feat. Nagaland reports 9 new COVID-19 cases, with tally rising to 35,372. The death toll remains unchanged at 749 as no fresh fatality reported in the last 24 hours. Polling for fourth phase of Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections began in 59 constituencies at 7 a.m. on Wednesday. The state is witnessing a multi-cornered contest with BJP, Samajwadi Party, Rashtriya Lok Dal Alliance and Bahujan Samaj Party and Congress as principal contenders. Well, we have learned the top headlines for the day. It's time to move on and see the print preview section. Today we will be reviewing the paper The Morang Express, The Power of Truth. Let us first go through the top headlines from this daily. I'll be reading out the headlines first. The first headline is Resolute power is needed to make NLTV Act successful, says NBCC. Nagaland government making bold bid to review contentious liquor law. 9 new cases take Nagaland's COVID-19 tally to 35,372. The next headline says NSCN-IM reacts to statements on Naga issue. The last headline, Guinness World Record holder Melite Kenya no more. Let us see the news under the first headline, Resolute power is needed to make NLTV Act successful, and NBCC asserts. Okay, this headlines from the headlines itself mukhan jani pai ase headlines puria logote mukhan jani pai ase itu to Nagaland laga infamous itu NLTV la act itu la oporte ase aru itu mukhan talan under the news NBCC bra kiki janai kena ase itu khan salabo. First let us go through the news together. The Nagaland Baptist Church Council on Tuesday asserted its conviction that liquor in any form would do greater harm to the society and urged the state governments to implement the Nagaland Liquor Total Prohibition Act 1989 instead of indulging in backdoor lobbying to have the act partially lifted. The NBCC statement comes following news reports that state government could be exploring to move a proposal for partially lifting of the act during the forthcoming budget session of the State Assembly, which is scheduled for March 19 to 25. In the statement, NBCC General Secretary Reverend Dr. Zelu Keyo stated that the 3 decades of the act we seem to be forgetting the reason why the NBCC, the NMA, and the civil society took such a persistent approach to try to eradicate the liquor in our land, and the act has become an object of derision for which the church is often blamed. Underscoring that more efforts and resolute power must be put in to make the act applicable and successful, the NBCC maintained that solution to the problem would not come through the partial lifting or regulated relaxation, but by aggressively developing the mechanism to implement the act with courage. Now, itu news day inika janai ase NBCC, that is Nagaland Baptist Council, Nagaland Baptist Church Council pra Tuesday din de itu NLTV, that is Nagaland Liquor Total Prohibition Act 1989 itu laga opor de kotha kushe aru itu muhanwi jani ase Nagaland NLTV Act 1989 to ki karne lagaise itu Mohala Pradesh Nagaland Pradesh pra pura puri itu liquor to bon kuri dibo koi kena itu laga act to apply kurse hoile bi yate manukhan bishi backdoor lobbying khan kuri kena itu NBCC pra kwa ase itu state te Pradesh te backdoor lobbying khan kuri kena itu NBCC pra kwa to itu backdoor lobbying khan kuri kena NLTP Act to partially lift kurbola try kuri ase manukhan inika dekhi pai ase aru tai khan itu kwa to NBCC pra kwa ase itu it needs a successful itu NLTP Act to inika partially lift na kuri kena courage khan Pradesh la manukhan pura courage aru himmat utaina himmat rakhi kena itu NLTP Act to pura bhal pra aggressive la strict pra itu cholai jabole lage koi kena NBCC pra yade janai ase aru tai khan pra kwa to NBCC ekla noi kena NMA khan bi aru logote alak civil societies Nagaland laga Pradesh laga alak civil societies khan sob mili kena itu NLTP Act to bhal pra ekdam strict wa cholai kena Pradesh pra pura puri hi itu to ban kuribole try kuribole kushe but takhan par kwase yate to in fact yate kwase itu bishi takhan societies khan inika himat rakhi kena ina dharna khanwi ki khanwi cholai jai kena ro bishi force right to ban kuribole NLTP Act to pura puri apply kuribole cholai jai samete takhan ina try kore tamte ina juji thakya samete inika alag manukhan pra niche pra ine backdoor lobbying in a sense opor de do ini sapha thakya nishna dikhai ase itu NLTP Act to cholai jai nishna dikhai ase holbi niche de manukhan najani kena lokai kena inika bishi itu Liquor Act to naturally Liquor Act la khilaf kam korea khan johan bi bishi dikhi pai ase guse itu karne NBCC pra itu la opor de awaz utha laga ase ahibi mukhan aru ki koi ase NBCC pra itu sai lobo. Thus NBCC stated that the move The move to partially lift the act if ever is true, will be a disastrous move, the NBCC stated, contending that there will be less revenue and more corruption and less accountability. It will not solve the one-sided argument which the government has been presenting over and over again. It will create an unsafe and dangerous situation in the society, it added, while questioning who is going to gain and who is going to lose when it comes to partially lifting the act. It maintained that the move was a special favor approach without any consideration for those who will become the victims. The Nagaland Baptist Church Council, comprising of 20 association and 4 associate members with 1,708 churches, asserted that NLTV Act is a hard-earned act not only for the church but more importantly the people and the generations to come, and as such urged the government to implement the act and stop backdoor lobbying, leaving the major stakeholders in the dark. The church will not lobby but prayerfully work out the action plan, because we still believe and are convinced that liquor in any form will do greater harm to our society. Nagaland government making bold review contentious liquor law. 4 years of confidentiality now out in the open. Yet NBCC pra aru janai ase that this NLTV Act to backdoor lobbying han kiki han kuri kena itu NLTV law laga khilaf manukhan jun khan itu NLTV la khilaf biche pra inika itu ek la khilaf hamla kori ase, ek la khilaf kam kori chai ase, tai khan laga against tai khan beshi prayer khan kuri kena aro tai khan jinika holebi pura strict pa efforts khan lagai kena force khan lagai kena tai khan khilaf ja NLTV Act la khilaf jai manu khan ke takhan action lobo koi kena yada jana ase aru takhan par koi ase itu NLTV Act to partially lift kuribole thake to takhan okoman lenient olop itu NLTV Act to olop lenient kuribole nishna dikhi pai ase koi ase aru itu leniency ahi jale to partially lift kurile NLTV Act to partially lift kurise kule to itu to manu khan karne revenues khan create kuribole na hoy itu manu khan ke benefit kuribole na hoy pradesh laga Nagaland laga janta khan ke eku hohai eku modot kuribole la kam hoy ulta NBCC khan bar janai ase ulta itu to janta khan la khilafi kam kuri jabo koi ase itu NLTV Act to inika leniency kuri dile itu act to if partially lift kuri dile to janta khan karne bishi problem ho jao guse instead of creating revenues itu to revenue create kuribole revenue khan dibole laga eku rasta na hoy ulta itu to corruption sanibole nimite ase kushe aru itu to ulta janta manu khan ke harm koribole karne ase kushe to itu par NBCC khan bar janai ase tai khan la kiman member churches ase kiman tai khan la committees khan ase sob milai ke ta khan bishi prayers khan kori kena aru moto hohai kori kena itu NLTV Act pura puri strict para chulai jabole karkane ta han resolute koribo kushe tai khan pura power para aggressive para itu NLTV Act to pura chulabole karne koshish koribo ase aru logote ye Nagaland government para bi ekta bold review contentious liquor law la oporte ekta review korise aru itu 4 years of confidentiality now out in the open. Ito Nagaland la NLTV Act la oporte 4 years of confidentiality thakiado itia open te olaise koise itu sub headlines se janai ase Nagaland government pra itu NLTV Act la oporte itu contentious itu liquor law la oporte ki dikena ase to review la oporte ki kotha koi kena ase abi mohan news stage sai lobo itu bishte lokote discuss kori lobo. It was attempted before and it is being attempted again, but this time the Nagaland state government appears all psyched up and determined to effect a review of the contentious Nagaland Liquor Total Prohibition Act 1989. As per the latest information, the government would push for review, beginning with tabling a proposal at the upcoming Assembly budget session in March. Before that, as reported by a local daily, there is what is assumed to be a crucial joint consultation scheduled on February 24 with the Nagaland civil society organizations, including influential tribal bodies, church and student organizations. In a list of invitees are 16 organizations, prominent among which are the Nagaland Baptist Church Council, Naga Hoho, Eastern Nagaland People's Organizations, Naga Students Federation, Central Government the Central Nagaland Tribe Council, Naga Mothers Association, Angami Public Organization, besides others. It will, however, not be the first time for the committee instituted by the state government specifically for the purpose meeting civil stakeholders with regard to NLTP. The committee has already met the organizations, albeit one at a time. That last such meeting took place on February 7. It was with the NBCC. To rewind the steps, work and already stated the rolling in 2018, the year Nipu Rio returned as a chief minister. The committee to study possibility of reviewing the NLTP was formed in the later part of 2008. It was a highly guarded affair with only the cabinet and a few top bureaucrats and senior officers of the Excise and Prohibition Directorate reportedly let in on the plan. By early 2019, a select team of excise officials were sent out to study the effects of government regulations on alcohol. The team went to Telangana, Mizoram and Assam. The study reports were submitted the same year. Meanwhile, the Health and Family Welfare Department, including the Food Safety Cell, submitted reports as tasked by the committee. The secrecy surrounding the plan has largely been attributed to earlier failed bids. Attempts made by the government in the past met premature deaths, reportedly owing to leaking of information early on. Meanwhile, two options have been proposed for implementation. If at all, the state government can stand opposition to opt for partial prohibition styled on the now revoked Mizoram Liquor Prohibition and Control Act 2014. The option include legalizing within municipal town limits or district-wise. According to one government source, we know the mood of the people, the general sentiment of the people over the years has titled in favor of a review. It is being debated widely, especially on open social platforms, online. There has to be change. It is time. The stakes are high. They are willing to take the risk, the sources added. Yade news to ki koyase kolado Nagaland government bra ekta itu NLTP, that is Nagaland Liquor Prohibition Act 1989 la oporte ta kan ekta review meeting rakishe aru itu review meeting te itu state government kan bra itu civil societies kana other bodies, that is NBCC, ENPO aru alak inika Naga Hoho aru alak organization like a Central Nagaland Tribes Council, Naga Mothers Association and then public organizations can sob logote milike na tai kan ekta review meeting rakishe itu laga Nagaland Liquor Prohibition Act 1989 la oporte aru itu review meeting te Nagaland government bra inika try korea say they were trying to partially leave the NLTP Act aru itu partially leave kreado tai kan koya say leniency du kinika halibo kwado itu review meeting te Nagaland government bra inika janaya say itu Liquor Prohibition Act to olop leniency rakho ksha itu leniency do in district wise yate jan news te janai ase district wise khande jaga khan jun khan jaga tande municipal towns khan aro district wise khande takhan chulai jabo pare kushe liquor khan do chulai jabo pare nishna inika koi ase yate holibi itu Nagaland government pra inika itu NLTP Act to lenient koribole partially lift koribole decide kore samete ita khan inika ekta point ta hi samete takhan itu civil society organization review kora pura puri itu civil societies kan led by NBCC ta kan pura khilaf ase kushe itu NLTP Act laga ita mokhan olop agete sa nishna NBCC bra kinika itu NLTP Act to lift korile partially lift korile kinika janta khan ke problem huwa janta khan ke kinika corruptions khan de chulai jaba aro Nagaland te pura shanti do khatam koribole nishna dikhi pae khan to itu pura civil societies organizations khan pura aro taila head to NBCC pra kuri kena tai khan pura against grace to NLTP Act to partially lift kuribole thakya to aru makhan yate news te jani paise Nipu Rio to aro re-elect 2018 de chief minister wapas ahya samete tai pra itu tai khan la meeting de kwa nishna itu NLTP Act la opor de tai khan ekta review kuribo kshe Nipu Rio la government pra to itu bishi din pra bishi same pra itu 4 years nishna hoi chai kena 4 years and running hoi chai kena itu NLTP la Act la oporte kotha kubo itla NLTP la oporte batchit kuribo meeting kuribo kuikena thaki ahia to inika same finally aishe and then they had a review meeting over the NLTV Act aro itu review meeting de itu government la sources la isapte jania do Nagaland laga manukhan itu excise officers khan aro itu experts khan jai kena alag state desh laga India laga alag states like Nagaland India la alag states like Telangana Mizoram aro Assam in hande jai kena ta khan itu side kishe that how are the liquor act how is the liquor law in other states itu study kuribole chaise kushe aro itu study kuri kena jai kena ahia samede itu Nagaland bra itu Mizoram Liquor Prohibition Act 2014 to ta khan lift korea dikhi paise itu Mizoram de itu Mizoram Liquor Prohibition Act 2014 to revoked korea dikhi paise inika bahar de jai kena study kuri kena ahia pichite the Nagaland government bra finally decide kurise review meeting there that Nagaland should also partially lift some of the restrictions regarding this NLTV Act to 1989 kushe holbe mokan janiye se how liquor can influence people inya liquor inika alcohols kan laga under de thakya manu kan kinika influence thake aro Nagaland de inika joa samede liquor kan laga de bishi kinika accidents kan hoi thake kinika edo manu kan la corruptions kan bishi hoi thake inya dikhi pa to pura Nagaland Baptist Church Council or edo NBCC kan aro NPO khan aro alag civil organizations khan pura bra mili kena ta khan to pura itu NLTV partially ola puli leniency rakhibole thakya do ta khan pura khilaf ase kushe aro itu to ta khan prayers khan kori kena aro with whatever force ta khan kinika force khan chulabo pare inika hoina ta khan khilaf thakibo ko ase aro itu do ekdom pura chulabo partially lift koribo nadibo nishina ase kushe aro ta khan pura with resolution with strict resolution ta khan itu NLTV Act to partially lift kora to against koribo koi ase aibi mohan next news sabo 9 new cases take Nagaland's COVID-19 tally to 35,372. Nagaland on Tuesday reported 9 new COVID-19 cases, 3 more than the previous day, with the tally rising to 35,372, a health department official reported. That toll stood at 753 as no fresh fatality due to infection was registered in the last 24 hours. At least 33 people recuperated from the disease during the period, taking the total number of recoveries to 32,937. The recovery rate among COVID-19 patients in the state is currently at 93.11%. Altogether, 1,476 coronavirus positive patients have migrated to other states so far. Nagaland now has 206 active cases. The officials said nearly 4.58 lakh samples for COVID-19 samples have been tested so far. Yet, news station say Nagaland notun COVID-19 laga bimar laga report. COVID-19 bemar laga report kuri kena ase kushe aro itutu logote joa samede joa kali laga COVID-19 positive hua bemar laga report la opore tinta bishi ase kushe aro ita state laga total COVID-19 bemar thakya do 35,372 ase kushe aro holebi thank God the good news is that there is no new that COVID-19 bemar pra mot hua laga case ekta bi nai kushe aro itu loi kena 33 manubi COVID-19 bemar pra suffer koi thakyala manubi bemar pra bhal hoise koi kena yada janaise. Let's move on and see what the Morang Express has to give us. The next headline is NSC&IM reacts to statements on Naga issue. The NSC&IM on Tuesday hit out at former Nagaland Chief Minister and Governor S.C. Jamir for his recent treatise, starting that it exposed his dogmatic political mentality as he feigned ignorance of the political meaning of the Framework Agreement on August 3, 2015 to find ground for defending 16-point agreement. In a press release issued through the MIP, the NSC&IM said that the framework agreement clearly mentions sharing the sovereign power and enduring inclusive new relationship of peaceful coexistence of the two entities. This, it claims, emphasize that integration is an integral part of the framework agreement. The NSCN questioned what is sovereignty when there is no integration. What is sovereignty when other Nagas outside Nagaland state are left out? The NSCN-IM also accused convener of the Naga national political groups, NNPGs, and Kitovi Jimomi of trying to propel his image as a bona fide Naga revolutionary. It is said that Kitovi, who sided with the Kaplang when the NSCN split in 1988, was bereft of any revolutionary trait as demanded by the call of the Naga political struggle, and was never found fighting for the righteous cause of the Naga political issue. It alleged that by 1992, Kitovi was finding comfort in taking shelter in the camps of the Indian armies arranged by his mentor, Dr. S.C. Jamir, and doing the bidding of the Indian army to track down the cadres of NSCN-IM led by Isaac Chisi Su and the Muiva. The NSCN-IM further claimed that Kitovi took over as the security commander of S.C. Jamir with the sole purpose of going headlong to eliminate the NSCN after entering into unholy coalition with the Indian army. It alleged that Kitovi, as the convener of NNPG, is fighting with the Nagas on behalf of the government of India to accept Indian constitution and surrender. Yet the NSCN-IM Naga issue laga oporte Dr. S.C. Jamir pra jwa samede mokhan janiese mokhan nikil discuss bi korise Dr. S.C. Jamir pra tai laga opinion tai laga thoughts kan Naga political issue laga oporte janaise janta khan ke kinika Naga political issue laga oporte kam chulai jabo lage etu laga kotha bishi koise to etu laga oporte NSCN-IM etu faction pra bishi mon khushi napa ekta reaction janaise aro tai pra koise Dr. S.C. Jamir to tai ekta dogmatic political performance dia nishna ase kushe tai pra koi ase tai laga political opinions kan du itia tu kam na thakya hu jai nishna ase aro ignorance tai pi ase kushe tai to iko itia samede Naga political issue do ki ase itia Naga khala political position to ki ase etu laga oporte na jani kena statement dia nishna ase koi kena etu faction pra tai khan pra resent kresa tai khan pra enika khushi na pa janai ase aro tai khan pra koi ase tai khan NSCN pra IM khan do tai khan do tahan ke pura hi ignore kuria pura hi exclude kuri dia nishna dikhi pai ase to etu karne takhan mon khushi na pa janai ase aro NSCN-IM pra kushi to 16-point agreement that is Naga political framework la oporte 16-point agreement e ki discuss kurina thakse takhan ki agree kurina thakse that manukan integrity thakibo lage takhan iki logore thakibo lage ikilon modot hohai kurina thakibo lage aro etu sovereign power etu power to share kuri kena thakibo le laga kotha kuriato itu 16-point agreement laga ki points khan takhan agree kurina thakse jwa samhere itu sobi takhan khilaf ja ase nishna ko ase itu Dr. S.C. Jamir pra kotha koya khan to pura R.S.C. Jamir laga opinions khan to pura itu 16-point agreement laga khilaf ja nishna ase ko kina NSCN-IM pra accuse kuri ase aro NSCN-IM pra itu takhan laga NNPGs that is Naga national political groups and Kitovi Jimomi laga khilaf bi kotha kushe aro tai khan tai pra NSCN-IM pra ko ase etu Kitovi Jimomi do tai do puila samete ta khan NSCN khan split hoa samete NSCN khan split hoikena tai pra Kitovi Jimomi pra NSCN ke laga saiti luise inika koshe aro tai khan pra NSCN-IM pra itubi koise Kitovi Jimomi to tai do Indian army laga nichete lokai kena kam kuri ase koshe aro tai do Pradesh te Indian constitution to apply kuribole nishna kam kure ase kushe aro tai to Naga manu khan laga iko isab na kure itu Naga manu khan laga Naga political issue khan la uporde Kitovi Jimomi pra iko isab na kure nishna ase koi kena itu NSCN-IM pra accuse kure ase aro tai khan NSCN-IM pra itubi koi ase itu Kitovi Jimomi to Dr. S.C. Jamir laga niche de tai laga logote kam kuri kena tai la niche de kam kuri kena tai ida Naga manu khan I political issues kala oporte bishi consider na kore kushe itu do NSCN-IM khan ke bi aro tai khan laga resolutions kan 16-point resolutions khan ke bi iku isab na kore nishna mon khushi na pa yate news de janaishe. Let's see the last news for the day. Guinness World Record holder Melite Kenya no more. Centenarian Melite Kenya, best known as Nagaland's paddy man, passed away at the age of 100 on Tuesday morning. A Guinness World Record holder for discovering the tallest paddy in the world in 1998, Kenya also received Governor's Gold Medal in 2002 for his feat. Late Melite Kenya was born in Chizami village under Feg district in 1922 and was one of the early Christian converts from the village. Mourning Kenya's demise, Nagaland Chief Minister Nipurio noted that his passing was a great loss to the Naga people. I send my heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family members. May God grant solace and peace of mind in this hour of bereavement. May the departed soul rest in peace, Rio stated in condolence message. And Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton shared his grief on Twitter on Tuesday, saddened by the news of Sri Melite Kenya's demise. A Guinness World Record holder and recipient of Governor's Gold Medal for his discovery, the tallest paddy in the world. His passing is a great loss to the Nagas. My condolences to the bereaved family. May his soul rest in peace, he tweeted. Mokan janiye Joa Khalid Mokan laga Naga paddy man Melite Kenya to Joa Kali tai 100 years hoikena muri jeshe koikena sad news ekta Joa Kali Mokan paise aru to Nagaland laga janta karon karne bishi ekta loss ase kushe aru itu Melite to Nagaland laga paddy man kile jane kule do tai he was awarded the Guinness World Record for discovering the tallest paddy in the world in 1998. In 1998, the world's tallest paddy discovered Korea laka oporde tage Guinness World Record dishe aro tai logote Governor's Gold Medal bi paise kushe for his feat in 2002. Tai 2002 de Governor's Gold Medal bi itu tallest paddy discover Korea la limited tai to award kushe olibi. Sadly, Melite Kenya, who is also the Naga paddy man to Mokan logote arunai taido motala joa kali talaga death hushe kukna janiase aru itu logote talaga death hua samede tala mot hua samede tai mot hua samede itu monduk to Mohan Pradesh la manukhan eklan hoikena Chief Minister Nipurio Prabi tai pratala condolence la message kan dishe aru tai pa kushe itu Melite Kenya to Moria to pura Pradesh khan karne bishi ekta dangor loss ase kushe aru Nipurio pra tai laga families khan ke bi condolence message janaishe aru tai khan ke prayer hohai koribi koikena janaishe aru tai kushe may his soul rest in peace koikena enika janaishe. Also Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton Prabi talaga monduk janaishe Melite Kenya Muriala oporte ekta monduk janaishe taiba kushe that his death is a great loss for the entire Naga community koikena taipar kwaste Melite Kenya laga motwa de logote Naga Pradesh khan laga manhan karne ekta dangor loss ase kuina monduk janaishe. And with this we would wind up our print preview section here. Yes, that was all for the print preview section. We have learned what news are there in the Morang Express, and then we have learned about the NLTV Act, and then we have learned about the NSC and IM's resentment over Dr. S. Jamir's opinions on the resolutions of the Naga political issues, and also we have learned the sad news about the demise of Dr. Melite Kenya, the Naga paddy man. Now it's time to look back into the past and turn the pages of time and have a look at what happened today in the yesteryears.
International Organization for Standardization was founded on February 33, 1947.
Well, that was all for the learning part. Now it's time for our favorite segment of today's episode, and that is Melody Time.
Niye amuri memila kishine.
너의 구시에 아시신 노ቬ모kia amra la kitoi nono imloiti die nono itiani tala no kikimiye hiba uikilu moaye kimye kyu kututa shivenya rengu no imlo pesu asheshi no uvelo asheshi no uvelo asheshi no uvelo Tishimoye ayeri paulo Niye amlori memila Kishinya No que o ilomi Rengu no imlo pesu Asheshi no uvelo Asheshi no uvelo Asheshi no uvelo Tishimoye ayeri paulo Niye amlori memila Kishinya Asheshi no uvelo Asheshi no uvelo Tishimoye ayeri paulo Niye amlori memila Kishinya
A wonderful piece of melody. I'm really touched and so much moved. I hope you guys really like this melody. Well, viewers, this is that was all for the favorite segment, and that was all for today. But before leaving, we would like to have today's weather updates, and I wish you all a wonderful day ahead.